Greetings, everyone. Tonight, I'm going to be walking you through my final project outline for the learning environment that I am designing. In the spring 2016 semester, it will be the first time that a course at Newman University is being offered for specifically K through 12 online best practices, teaching practices. So I'm really excited to be the first instructor to teach this course. We're going to focus on in the course the tools that are widely available in probably about 95% of the learning management systems that are out there. As long as they're one of the big players, Blackboard, Canvas, Desire to Learn, they all have the same basic functionality. They have collaboration tools, they have assessment tools, they have instructional tools. We're going to focus on how to use those for the particular type of learning module that these students will be creating, or the specific lessons that they're going to be creating. We're going to use a lot of video. We're going to use a lot of audio, really bringing to the table everyone's individual presence. And of course, that starts with myself and having my authentic online presence there. And that's going to be kicked off through a video orientation of the course. All right, so the course is designed for teachers looking to enhance their capacity in teaching online. So it's going to be run, like I said, in the spring semester. I currently have 6 students enrolled, and the class is 8 weeks. So each week will be a learning module. So there's going to be 8 of those in total. At this time, the course is completely online, but I am looking to develop the course further down the road to have it as a offering for option A as a online course, or option B as a hybrid course. And I should add here that the course is being designed as completely asynchronous. These are full-time working teachers, so I am going to be designing it to be asynchronous. All right, so some of the challenges that I definitely see coming down the pike. Well, the course is brand new. So, and as we've been seeing in our own courses here at Penn, there's not much research out there yet for K through 12 online, especially best practices. So a lot of this is taking everything that we've been learning from theory and really putting it into practice. And thankfully here at the charter school, we've been doing that. I've been doing that now for 13 years. So at least I got a few of those years of experience underneath my belt, and I've learned a lot of do's and don'ts. Most importantly, I've learned a lot of don'ts, but that's how real and true learning takes place, because you'll never make that same mistake again, because you want to always offer the best experience for your students. So the biggest piece that I'm going to have with these adult learners that could be a challenge is, what kind of technology are they bringing to the table? Are they going to be focused on utilizing iPads, iPhones, Android phones, or are they going to have more traditional type of laptops? So until I have a good understanding of the actual course and the students in the course and what kind of technologies they bring to the table, that can always be a challenge. So, when I'm designing the learning modules, I need to make sure that they have as much flexibility as possible depending on what device that they are using to access the content. So the assessments that I will be going through are really going to focus on designing solid lessons. Good teaching is good teaching. So whether or not you do that online, face-to-face, or hybrid, solid lesson plan writing is always a foundation to that. Because not only in an online course do you need to do weekly plans and map it out, but when you're in a K through 12 setting, there's a good chance that there'll be synchronous lessons involved. And with synchronous lessons involved, you do need to have solid lesson plans for those. So the students in the course are actually going to be creating actual lessons, and they're going to use Blackboard Collaborate to record those, and then we're going to be doing peer review on those lessons. All right, a big part of it is we're going to be creating a community resource guide. So we're going to categorize everything. So think of this as the big wiki for the course. We're going to categorize it for online tools and what those tools actually do, depending on what type of content you're trying to give to the student. So if it's a synchronous tool that you're looking for, it could be the Blackboard chat. It could also be Blackboard Collaborate. So we're going to put those resources together for what they actually do. Then we're going to look for alternatives that are also outside of what's in the actual learning environment. So for example, Blackboard Collaborate goes down. What do? You have a live class scheduled. If you know about things like Google Hangouts, you could have that in your back pocket as an additional resource to make sure that the class continues on. So we're going to be putting in things like that. We're also going to be looking at browser tools, Google Docs, Google Sites, all the collaborative pieces for 21st century learning that could be out there. All right, a big part of anything to do with online learning is your communication and feedback plan, and having clear ground rules to when you're going to provide student feedback. When can they expect to hear from you if they reach back to you? What are those time frames? And setting that up and putting that in, basically your course or your module online orientation, so that everybody is very clear on what are the expectations across the board. So they're going to be creating that, so they'll have it ready to go and ready for use in their course at their school. We are going to be utilizing discussion threads, but I'm going to be focused more on audio voice threads. Blackboard has a tool in there that we have at Newman where you can record MP3 and have a voice thread. So we're going to focus on that. Of course, text can still be used. So they'll have the option to go either way, but the push is going to be for them to use the MP3 recording technologies. All right, there is a field experience tied into this course. I'm waiting for the director of the program to point me in the right direction as to how that eventually is going to look. There's a few things in the works right now. But regardless of what that field experience is, there's going to be a virtual vlog afterwards. So they are going to be doing video recordings of themselves, providing their reflections on what they saw, what they witnessed. And basically, though, they're going to look at it through their online teacher eyes through the teacher effectiveness evaluation system. So putting themselves basically in the shoes of a principal, how would they go through and look at the various domains that are out there? So looking at through those lenses. All right, so we're going to have Blackboard Collaborate for office hours and video conferences with the students. This course is, again, going to be asynchronous. There is not a synchronous component to it. Blogging and discussion boards are the collaborative tools that we will be focusing on. One of the big focuses, since Newman uses Blackboard as their LMS, that will really be the focus. But like I said, that is very much transferable to other learning management systems. But we're also going to focus on Google Docs, YouTube, audio recording tools, and screencasting technologies as well. So the course is definitely designed from the constructivist standpoint. So the students will constantly be collaborating and building projects along the way in a collaborative environment. So they're going to walk out of my course with things that they can actually turn around and use the next day at their school. So I'm definitely, though, going to be focusing in on Dick and Carey's instructional design model being applied to my design of those modules, because I really want them to bring their traditional brick and mortar teaching experiences to the table, because that still very much has a mindset. It's now I just need to show them what some of these best practices are to transfer that to online. It doesn't always transfer as easy as you think, so you got to think outside the box of what your normal pre-service program has taught you. So, and all of that, of course, is going to be listed in my learning outcomes or objectives for each one of the learning modules. All right, so in a nutshell, that is an overview of my final project, and I am very much really enthusiastic because the course starts in January, and once we go on winter break, I am solely devoting my time to getting that up and running. So thanks for watching. I really look forward to your feedback, and once I get the course completely designed and approved to be ready to go, I'm going to come back on here and I'm going to show everybody another video once the final product is ready to rock and roll, or at least for the first couple of weeks after I get those first couple of modules 100% done. All right. Thank you. Have a great night.